is hard to the bone marrow. Gotta keep it raw from the streets to the beach with the top field. All trying to feast.
Welcome back to Undefined Podcast. I'm your host, Justin, and today we have a good one for y'all today. We have another local here from Bakersfield, California. He's a designer. He's in the music industry. He has his own clothing brand, photography. The list goes on. Also, he does his own cannabis. Just an overall businessman. We have Harold in the building.
Yeah, thanks for having me, yo. I appreciate it. I appreciate the platform, for sure.
So before we get started, for the people who don't know you, can you just introduce yourself, who you are, and then prior to what you do now, because we'll get into that later, what have you been, like, I just listed a name, but like, can you dive into some of those things that, you know, that brought you out, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm first and foremost, I'm a businessman. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I invest in a lot of different businesses. That's my biggest thing. Since I was 17, I've been working for myself. Yeah. I started a web design company when I was 17. I was trying to get into app design. I still am doing app design. But in the process of that, I learned to make websites. Yeah. And then I made one for my uncle who has a trucking business. And that's when I realized, like, there's a need for this. Yeah. And that need could be filled by me, you know? So I could charge people whatever amount, and as long as the work is right, they'll be willing to pay that, you know? So exactly. I went from there to just somehow evolving into I've done, like, a bunch of things, bro. Sometimes I forget all the things I've done, you know? So I wrote this little list. You know, I started with website design. Then I went into, I had, like, a big festival concert that I was trying to put together that failed called We Won Fest. From there, I basically got in touch with all the local creatives and built like a network. I helped Joe Maynard like start like his. I don't want to say I helped him start his career. You know what I'm saying? Because all that is he did that himself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I definitely helped with like helping him promote at the beginning. You know, helping put HBR together. The first meeting Heavy Rain ever had was like at my office. You know what I mean? Oh, really? Yeah, bro. So it's cool. You know what I mean? Like again, like I'm not taking no credit for what the man has done. He's earned that by himself. You know what I mean? But I was there to help at the beginning, you know, and it was because of We Won Fest. From there, I went on to start Greenwell, which was like a cannabis marketing company. At one point, we had like 10 dispensaries that we were doing all their social media, their events, all that stuff for here in town. We were employing like 6 people aside from myself. Now I was community manager at Mesh Cowork. I invested in a brand called Adoption Agency. That went really well for a bit until it crashed and burned. From there, I invested in 1218 Media, which was like a photography and podcast studio. Yeah. That shit crashed and burned too. You know what I mean? As most shit does, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was managing a shop. This is like 2016, called Downtown Greenery. Sold that shop to another person. The owner sold the shop, and then the new owner and I became really close, and we went into business together. I was managing the shop that he opened up. It was called Levels. I was managing Chuck at the time. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Chuck. Yeah, he's a real dope hip-hop artist. You know what I mean? I managed him for like 2 or 3 years.
Shout out to Chuck, too.
Yeah, shout out to Chuck. I love that motherfucker to death. He's like my brother, you know what I mean? Yeah. I executive produced pretty much every project of his. You know what I mean? I put it all together from... you know, helping them choose the songs to laying it out in the order to the marketing to everything, you know what I mean? I executive produced Noble's, one of Noble's albums, you know what I mean, back when he was Young Spitter.
Hey, shout out Young Spitter. Young Spitter was the guy. Come on. First of all, if you don't know Young Spitter, go on SoundCloud right now. Come on, he got some heat.
Yeah. I don't even know if that project that I executive produced.
He probably deleted it.
Yeah, he did for sure. You know, he's rebranding, you know what I mean? So it's good though. You know, I did that. Had this event, again, that crashed and burned called KC4. We're supposed to have Nipsey, E40, Sweetie, I forgot who else we were supposed to have. T Grizzly, a couple other big people. You know
and was that supposed to be here in Bakersfield?
That was supposed to be here in Bakersfield, bro. I was like,
imagine that big ass event here, bro. Yeah, bro.
That shit would have gone crazy. It would have gone crazy, man.
Where was that supposed to be at?
It was supposed to be at Stramlin Park and at the Kern County Museum. So it was, we had got both venues. Yeah, bro, we were planning on having like 6,000 people. We invested like a ridiculous amount of money. And if it had gone right, we probably would have made like a cool 300 bands.
Oh, easy.
You know what I mean? But it didn't. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up losing like, you know, crazy.
Can we talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah.
So whatever happened to that? Like, why did it crash and burn?
So a lot of reasons, bro. A lot of reasons. I think the main thing is here in Bakersfield, there are how do I say this? Like, there are people in power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you don't go through those checkpoints that those people in power have set up, you kind of can't really do certain things.
It's a big political thing.
It's big politics, you know what I mean? It's big politics. And at the time, too, one of Nip's biggest songs was "Fuck Donald Trump." You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Bakersfield is ridiculously
This was that like around that year, like when that came out.
Bro, we booked him right before Victory Lap dropped.
Oh,
yeah, bro,
okay.
literally right before.
Dang, so he was like hating like crazy. Okay,
bro. So,
wow.
so that was like the height of it. You know what I'm saying? Where people were knowing, you know, and as far as like fuck Donald Trump and all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because of that, I think Bakersfield didn't want to see fucking 5,000 drunk people fucking chanting "fuck Donald Trump" at the top of their lungs. You know what I'm saying? Having all the cops there and shit, and you know that could turn into a real rowdy situation real fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, you can have 10 people together in Bakersfield, and some shit might happen. You know what I mean? So that number of people, I understand it from that perspective, right? But at the same time, like, we were taking all the possible precautions to make sure that everything was gonna be okay. You know, we had gone through all the proper checkpoints. But basically, what happened was we had it at the museum. And one day the museum just calls me up and tells me that we can't have it there anymore. And I'm like, well, why not? And they're like, oh, we have another event, this and all that. It's a whole scheduling conflict. We don't want to have your event here. We'll do, all right, cool. Well, we still have Stramler Park, so that's fine. You know what I mean? We had gone through the county. We had gone to the permits. We had everything we're supposed to do. Then one day the county calls me up probably like 2-3 weeks before the event's supposed to happen. And they're like, well, we can't have your event here anymore. And they were saying something was wrong with our permits, that we were missing this and all that. And we had supplied those things.
Yeah.
But we can't really, like, do anything at that point. You know what I mean? You're talking about the government. You know what I mean? When the fucking government tells you this is this, you can't really do shit about that. You know what I'm saying? We could have, like, made a whole deal about it, you know? But in the grand scope of things, us making that whole deal about it isn't really going to do anything for the event at the time. You know what I mean? It's going to take 6 months before there's any type of resolution.
Yeah. If
we're lucky. You know what I mean? So it really doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So
I have one question though. I mean, we do have an arena here though.
Right.
And I feel like people don't use that enough. I mean, we just had Snoop Dogg, but I mean, besides Snoop Dogg coming, I feel like we still don't have enough, like, I'll put it like, our type of music we listen to. Like, I feel like it's a lot of country and all that stuff, but I feel like the music we listen to is like, we don't have enough people coming out to Bakersfield. And I feel like there's a big, you know, supply for that out here. And to have one of those concerts there, I feel like that would have sold out easily.
It definitely could have and would have, you know what I'm saying? But I don't recall the exact number, but I think they were quoting us something crazy like 40 or 50 bands.
Just because it's bigger, right? Just because it's a way bigger venue and all this and that, right?
Yeah, and also not only that, but it's also rap. You know
what I mean?
That's so when you have rap music, unfortunately, like, people associate negative things with that. You know what I mean? So, because we had looked at doing it at the Royal Bank, we had looked at doing it at the Fox, you know what I mean? After that happened, so we ended up actually trying to have it at Beacon Studios at their old location. They had a really big backyard area.
Yeah.
Where we could have probably stuffed in like maybe 2,000 people, you know what I mean? So at that point, I think we had only sold like 700-800 tickets. You know what I mean? So we were like, fuck it, we'll just stop selling tickets and we'll just have the event. We'll take the loss. But just to have the event so we can further build the brand of the event company. You know what I mean? But, so this is how we actually found out who was behind everything. It turned out that Bakersfield Police Department was behind everything.
Oh,
BPD, bro. Yeah, so BPD pulls up at Beacon Studios. And this is like probably like the week or two before the event itself was supposed to go down. And they tell them, you guys can't have the event here. If you allow them to have the event here, we're going to shut it down before it even starts, and we're going to take away your business license.
For real?
Yes, bro.
I think it's honestly mainly, too, because Bakersfield, all that you said about the whole fuck Donald Trump thing is like Bakersfield's a huge supporter. Like, they're like a big Republican thing, whatever. They're huge supporter of Donald Trump, whatever. which is kind of fucked up at the same time because you are so limited to so many things you can actually do here.
Exactly.
There's so many things, especially like your other businesses. That's why you're so limited as well to do whatever you can do.
Yeah, bro.
Which is crazy.
Politics holds us back a lot, you know, especially here in town, bro. It's fucked up.
As soon as you said that, I was like, I already know what happened. It's just like, it's just so fucked up at the same time. I mean, what can you do about it?
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. Because it's the government. You literally said, like.
And Bakersfield's was a huge place. You can't go up with. This is one of the biggest things, one of the biggest supporters in the whole political thing.
And to stay on that same subject real quick, how much did it cost for them, like those artists, to come out here? Because I feel like, I mean, those are some big name artists.
Big names,
for sure. We spent $60,000 all together up front. Nipsey, he was $40,000 at the time. But again, this was like right before he had dropped Victory Lap, you know. So we got him in like right at a good time because right after he dropped Victory Lap,
he was way bigger money. Huh?
$80,000 a show, $100,000 a show.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So we got him for $40,000. We paid him $20,000. T Grizzly and E40 were $25K each. We gave him half. Sweetie, we got her at the time. She had just dropped Icy Girl, bro. No one knew who fucking Sweetie was, bro. I was like pushing Sweetie.
Honestly, I didn't even know she was a big name back then.
She was like, you know what I mean?
I thought she really started popping up because she was with Quavo, all this like later. You know what I mean? Not to be fucked up.
I think that's when she hit the mainstream. You know what I mean? But back then she was still popping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really, more than anything, I wanted to get her here just for myself. You know what I mean? I was a big ass fan. You know? I still am. You know?
Oh yeah.
But.
She's sexy as hell too.
Oh god.
One day, sweetie.
Sexy. One day.
Let's go. You're gonna see this interview.
Can we tag her right there? We're like,
most definitely.
I was gonna ask though, when you did the whole thing, Nipsey event, whatever.
Yeah.
I thought like a year before, or was it that same year? They had a YG here in town, didn't they? It was like another like a little like Cannabis whatever. I remember it was my friend. Her name I can't say her name or anything, but her dad owned like a bunch of this like the weed shops or whatever. Yeah. And they brought like YG down. Right. I remember when she told me that they brought him down to the actual Rabo Bank.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but they said that they barely cut even. Barely cut even because he was like charging like I don't know like a good 60-70K.
Yeah.
But I mean
like that was when like a little before I think FDT came out too as well, you know, this and that.
So he was popping right there.
Yeah, because you know he had all these little hits right there. Because that's what I think why you always hate. Was that? No, that was after my band.
That might have been.
Yeah, but because I remember she told me that because I was helping her promote it. I remember it was at school, was like with the flyers. I was like, hey, YG. And I just went right. It was like in the hallway, just like. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's important.
No, yeah, but I remember she told me that, and you say that, I'm like, that's kind of fucked up because. Why would you not? It's YG, you know. He's like one of the biggest gang affiliated, you know.
Yeah.
People here. All of a sudden, you want to have more than one person. That's kind of fucked up. It's kind of shit at the same time, you know. But I mean,
I think so. I think part of it was like, like they had it at the Raw Bank. You know what I mean? I think if we had actually had it at the Raw Bank and had initially from the jump done that, I don't think we would have had as many issues. Just because I think the police and the city overall would have felt a little bit more comfortable knowing that it's like an actual venue instead of like being just somewhere outside. You know,
think about it too. It's like it's the Bakersfield Museum. I feel like they're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna mess all this up. You know, people are like they don't know how to act.
I feel like
drunk.
those type of people don't really bring that type of energy. I mean, Nipsey Hussle. I mean, you might get like a little bit of weed stink in your.
No, yeah, I know, I understand.
But
that,
you
like even at the time, it's like Nipsey wasn't like he was big, but he wasn't like Nipsey big, right? You know what I mean?
Nipsey been big.
He wasn't like big like that. Come on, bro.
He hadn't hit the level where he was at now, but he was still pretty big.
He was, I don't think he was small. He was like big, but like
no disrespect, but I feel like after his passing, that's when people.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
For sure.
Because that's what you
saw. I agree.
Because a little after,
Nipsey
a little bit before his passing, that's when Victory Lap dropped. And then that's why. And then after that, everybody was like, boom, boom, racks in the middle, all that stuff. And they were like, just like, oh yeah, Nipsey.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
But besides that concert, what else like type of stuff were you like,
Yeah. So let me see, where was I with that? So yeah, we did KC4. From then, all right. So we actually, like I said, we didn't do the event. You know what I mean? So after that, we had taken like a huge ass loss. And we had still, like I said, we paid all these artists, you know what I mean? So
at least half though?
Yeah, half. Okay. We had paid all of them half, you know what I'm saying? So what we were trying to do was basically create an event company with those same artists that we had already paid half and just try and do other events with them somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Out of the 6 artists that we had paid, Nipsey was the only one that came through, bro. Like deadass, it's crazy, bro. Like, but if not for Nip, the event company that we had, Levels Entertainment, it would not exist. You know what I'm saying? Like deadass, like it only exists because of Nip, like being the real ass motherfucker.
The thing is, like Nip's also he's that person too.
For sure,
no, he was that person. He was that person,
guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that would honor that contract no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And that speaks volumes about the type of person that he was.
For the people, that's the thing.
For sure, bro. He was for the real hustlers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And again, like we had like 6 or 7 big ass artists. He was the only one that actually ended up coming through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had a show, our first show in Fresno. It was in Club Imperial. We had, I think, 1,300 people there. We sold that bitch out. It was dope as fuck. But like the thing about the promoting game, right? And you just talked about right now your homegirl's dad. They barely broke even. Like most promoters,
it's always gonna be like a win. It's either gonna be a win or loss, no matter what. It's not, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And it's either, that's the fucked up thing about the game, is like it's either gonna be a big loss or it's gonna be a big win, or you're just gonna barely break even. You know what I'm saying? It's rare that you're gonna find anything. Yeah, you got, it's a huge risk, but you gotta take it. You know what I mean? So it was a walkthrough. So he actually ended up only performing 2 songs, bro. He only did 2 songs. He drove from LA to Fresno, 3 hours, just performed, I think 7-8 minutes all together. You know what I'm saying? He literally just got on stage, did, last time that I checked, fucking did, I forgot what other song he did. And then he left. You know what I'm saying? And
how
for
much,
that...
Was it 40 still?
Nah, it was 30. It was 30. It was 30 for the walkthrough. It was 30 for the walkthrough. But he was charging 80 for the show at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was charging 50 for the walkthrough. But because we had already booked it and he already knew like what the situation was, he had met my partner in person. My partner drove over there to LA, met with him and JP, gave him the cash bag. You know what I'm saying? They formed that, like, they got that rapport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to where he was like, nah, I'm gonna come through for these guys. You know what I mean? He hooked us up. He hella looked out. So where we had already paid him 20. He charged us 30, so all we had to do was get the 10 together. You know what I mean? So we did the show. After all our expenses and everything, I think we made like 16,000. You know what I mean? And then we had to pay Nip that 10. You know what I mean? So we paid Nip the 10. Now we got 6K back from the 60 that we had originally put in. You know what I mean? So with that 6K, we booked RJ, and then after that we booked Nev. We booked AZ Chike when he was started popping. You know the dope thing is too, we brought AZ Chike out here, bro. And we had DJ Ash B DJ, and because
was that random?
No, DJ.
Okay.
We've been rocking with Ash B from the jump.
I'm talking about them two.
That was it random? Like what do you mean?
Like, did they know each other prior to that?
No, they didn't. They didn't know each other prior to that. And that's the beautiful thing about it, bro, is that like because we had that show, Chike was really fucking with Ash B, like, and again, like, I'm not saying I didn't do this for Ash B, you know what I'm saying? Like, she earned that herself, you know what I mean? But it's cool that
you put people in position and
they take that they take that opportunity, you know what I mean? And they run with it, you know, and they do what they're supposed to do, you know. And because of that, fucking, she went on tour with him. They've gone on multiple tours.
Rolling Loud.
Yeah, bro.
Rolling Loud, by the way. Rolling Loud.
Like, bro,
that shit's
it's
epic.
amazing, bro. It's beautiful to see, you know what I mean? Like, I love to see it, bro. I love to see people that I fuck with win, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It shit makes me happy as fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's cool that, again, I don't take no credit for that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She earned that herself, but because of the event that we had, she got that,
exactly,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we did AZ Chike, we did Almighty Suspect, we did a couple other people that I can't think of. We did some shit with One Take J, Rucci, you know what I mean? A lot of these dudes before they were like popping, you know what I mean?
Y'all had a lot of big names out here.
Yeah,
I mean,
we were doing.
I would say big names
for a
because
while.
I listen to these people, but I would say like, especially West Coast, you know, artists. A lot of them out here.
Yeah, we're trying to get some popping ass West Coast artists out here.
You know what's crazy about that story you said about how he came and only did like 2 or 3 songs?
Yeah.
Tell me why when I was in Miami with Vic and all of them, you know?
Yeah.
We paid to see Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
We said, tell me guess how much we spent just for like cover charge at a club?
Probably like 2 bills, 3 bills.
You paid $300 to get into the club to watch him. Tell me why this motherfucker pulls up 4 hours later at 5 a.m. Drunk as shit and performs 3 songs.
Sounds about fucking
and I'm all
right,
like, bro, I literally paid $300 to watch you for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
you
bro.
You probably made $100,000 for that too.
Bro, okay, and then Noble, you know, tell me why this motherfucker bought us shots, right? 4 shots. $100 right there.
Each shot or all together?
All together.
Oh, okay. All right. I was gonna say, all right, that's not, it's Miami.
I was like, bro, like, come on. I was like, I feel you're a big name, but like, come on, give me like a little extra. You know what I mean?
I come on, yeah.
Now, out of all these, you know, you say you're a businessman, right?
Yeah.
some failed, some
I would say most failed, to be real.
Most failed.
Yeah.
Which one has been like your most like this one is like it for me, like this one's been doing the most,
It's funny, bro. My first company, my website design company, is like my bread and butter. You know what I mean? That sustains everything.
Yeah.
That sustains everything, and that provides like all the resources and capital I need for everything else. You know what I mean? Everything's been paid for because of that.
That's dope.
So yeah, it's cool as fuck that like some shit I started when I was 17, like it's really paying for it. And I haven't worked a regular job up until like a couple months ago when I started being butt tender.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like from the time I was 17, like I've been paying myself and like sustaining myself with like my own shit. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
dope,
from websites.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? From designing shit.
And how can somebody get a hold of you for web designs or stuff like that?
What is like the average cost too? Like you would like tell like, oh hey, I want this and that. Say like I want my company all this that. Can you like give me a little rough draft?
Yeah. So first of all, best way to contact me is probably on Instagram.
Okay.
My website design page. Who created it? As far as like,
oh wait, that's what it is. Who created it? No, that's all right. No, I'm out. Hey, I was like, what do you mean? I was like, who created it? I was like, I don't know. Like, you tell me, cause I was like, what?
I thought you created it.
That's hard, man. That's hard though. Hey, I like that. That's hard.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like kind of taking a pause. Not necessarily taking a pause because I'm still doing website design.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like not really pushing it as much right now because I'm actually in the process of rebranding.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to continue with who created it or if I'm going to go in another direction, to be real with you, But for right now, the best place is Instagram, who created it.
Okay.
And then as far as like pricing, I charge anywhere usually between like 2 to like 10K. On average, you know what I mean? It just depends, like, what people are looking for.
Yeah. And, like, the average time span it takes, too.
For sure. Okay. And then also, like, the company size.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if it's, like, a local if it's a local guy, you know what I mean? I'm not going to charge them, like, more than $1,000. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I have big-ass clients that do numbers, you know what I mean? So, if they're going to make $100,000 in one day, you know what I mean? Me charging them $10K is not going to hurt their pockets at all, you know what I'm saying? And if anything, if they're making $100K already and I make some changes on their website that helped them make $150K that day, then me asking for $20,000 is nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's like that's around the prices that I charge. You know what I mean? 2 to 10K. It just depends, like I said, on the client. You know what I mean? And on the work that goes into it.
Yeah. So like on the average too, is it like really like time consuming? Or is it like how long do you actually like take?
Is it like easy to you now?
No,
or is it still the same?
Even if
process?
how long do you? What's like the average time span it would actually take for you to do it?
So the actual designing part is really easy for me now. It doesn't take as much time as most people think. It probably takes me like to actually make a website. Like once I have everything I need to have to actually design the website from like scratch, from a blank screen on my computer to a designed website, altogether it probably takes me like a solid like 12 hours.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Damn.
But that's like once I have everything together. What I've been realizing is, and like I'm trying to optimize my processes. Like I'm trying to be faster as far as how I make my websites and also how I deal with my clients. Because getting all the information, getting all the pictures, getting everything that I need from the clients usually ends up. It takes time, bro, and it always ends up taking like that part specifically. Ends up taking way longer than any design.
Is it more like you trying to be like, oh, what do you want? Like, what are you thinking? All this and that. It's not like you're just doing it from straight scratch for them, basically.
No,
right?
for sure. Yeah, every time.
You're just like, oh, okay, you have like something in mind, right? Like something like that.
Yeah, it's like a whole interview I do with them.
Okay,
You know
okay,
I
I feel that.
I feel that. Yeah, and it's even I have to do the whole interview before we have a conversation about price.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I mean? Because I have to know all these things before I can give you accurate price.
I know what you mean.
Because you know.
That's a good like marketing too. It's like it's not even like, oh, I'm not like from the get go, like this is how it's gonna be. It's like, I just want to know what you're feeling, all this and that, and we go off of that, right?
Exactly.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Because some, like I said, like I could say, oh, it's gonna be 2K. You know what I mean? But they might have the resources to pay me $20,000, and they might not be driven off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then again, I might tell
yourself short.
Exactly, I'm selling myself short. You know what I mean? Or I could be taxing the little guy. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to do that either because I'm able to. I'm in a blessed position to where I can take a big job and then do 1 or 2 small jobs, you know what I mean, and look out for the homies. You know what I mean? And then this big job is really covering everything I needed to cover.
Exactly.
And the homies is basically me doing that off the love, you know what I mean? But obviously you can't do things for free because people don't value them when you do things for free.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I tell you so many times, bro, I've designed things for people like off the strength, and then have them never use it. You know what I mean? So I'd rather, you know what I mean, waste my time, energy,
no
you know what I mean?
or anything like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, bro. And it's like there's people that would pay me gladly to do what I just did for you, but you're not even like appreciating it or taking any type of advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
Granted, basically.
Dead eyes, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, why would I do that? You know what I mean?
One thing that stood out to me though, you say you haven't had a real job since you were 17.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most people, that's when, you get out of high school, you either got to get a job or go to college. And the fact that you're 25 now, and so how did this, weed dispensary, come about?
I got some friends that had some capital, you know what I mean? And they wanted to put together a shop. And
you was all with it?
Yeah, I was with it, you know what I mean? So I was like, let's do it, I'm just a bud tender, you know what I mean? I take on some managerial roles from time to time, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
But I'm just a bud tender. I just work there, you know what I mean? I help market the shop. I do all our branding. I do all our marketing, you know what I mean? I deal with vendors. I deal with most.
You have a good role in the company.
Yeah,
you have a good role in the company.
For sure. I mean, to be real, I can do basically whatever I want. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. I'm not saying that in an arrogant way. You know what I mean?
No. You're very grateful for it too.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. It's a great position to be in. I'm trusted by my partners, my people, you know what I mean? They allow me to have the freedom to do certain things that I want to do that maybe they themselves are like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But they trust me enough to be like, all right, make that call. You know what I mean? And it's dope, bro. It's a blessing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dope. So, what I wanted to get to was, we've been through the dispensaries, the music. You seem like you're a big person in music. And,
if you wanted to do some shit in town, I was probably the guy to go to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I fell back off all that stuff a cool while ago, you know what I mean? I don't really hold no type of real influence like that in town as far as that goes these days, you know what I mean?
You're being a little too humble.
a little too humble. Everybody's smoking that gas pack right now. Come on.
But I think to answer your question, you know what I'm saying? I think weed and music go hand in hand. You know what I mean? And they have from the beginning of time. So I think now
huge part. You think about Wayne. You think about people like that. They've always been smoking like crazy.
Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? All the legends. You know what I mean? They've always been smoking. And I think it's a big part of the creative process. You know?
Do you think it also influences people who listen to it? They're like, they smoking this, doing this and that. You think it's a huge part in all that?
For sure, absolutely, bro, absolutely. You can't go a song nowadays without hearing about runts.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We got hearing about cookies. You know what I mean? Without hearing about the
and cookies is a big thing too nowadays, huh? It's a huge thing.
Huge. That's how we're trying to be. You know what I mean? That's what I want to reach, bro. You know what I mean?
I feel like you guys have the potential too. Maybe we might need a little.
And you do right there have your own stuff, right?
Yeah,
your own stuff.
What's that right here? Yeah. So that's Fortune Genetics. There's two aspects to the company.
Okay.
There's the THC side. Well, there's actually three aspects. So there's the THC side, there's the intellectual property, which is the marketing, the branding, you know what I mean, the name, and then there's also the CBD. I don't have no ownership in the THC part.
Okay.
I own the CBD part, and I have some slight ownership in the intellectual property.
Got it.
You know what I mean? But that is our brand. It's Fortune, it's on fire. I don't know if y'all can see it, you know what I mean? But it's some kills in here.
Zoom in. When y'all was hitting it earlier, I was all like, bro, I need to leave the room. You know what I mean? I couldn't breathe for a good 10 minutes. I had to step down for a sec, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir, yeah.
It happened so fast, too. I was like, God damn, come on.
That's what it does, you know what I mean? That's what it's supposed to do.
That's good, because the way I was thinking, it was honestly, I feel like, from my point of view, for the music and the weed, I feel like music brought it out a lot more. You know what I mean? People were like, "Oh, what's this?" And you're like, "Oh, and they started smoking hella more crazy." You know what I mean?
I agree. I think rap music is really big on spreading the exotics.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? All the new strains that are popping up. People want to smoke it because they hear the rappers talking about it. You know what I mean? They literally call it rapper weed.
Y'all got that?
But this is rapper weed, right?
This is rapper weed.
This is rapper weed. If you want to smoke some real good weed in town, this is probably the best flower in town. On some no caption.
Where is it at again?
My weed is better than yours. Fortune Genetics, bro.
Oh my god.
3920 Stockdale Highway. That's the only spot you can get it here in town right now. And CalMeds. CalMeds.org. That's the only spot you can get it here in town. The plan is to get him into other spots. You know what I mean? It's just all time.
And you guys got a delivery system too, right?
Yes, sir. Right? CalMeds right here, yup. If you guys want to order, CalMeds.org.
It's the Uber Eats of weed, homie. Like, come on. Uber Eats of weed. Like, come on.
You already know, bro. Yeah.
All right, we finna change topics real quick. We finna go into our first game, right? It's our only game for the episode, but it's called Plead the Fifth. All right, so how this game works is it's either you tell the truth or you take a shot.
Okay.
Now, if you tell the truth, me and him gotta take a shot. If you don't, you gotta take a shot.
Or if you just want to take a shot, I mean, we can take a shot with you too. I mean, we're not even tripping,
I mean, this, like I said, we just, little questions, nothing big, First question we have is, I mean, you seem like a very well-known person here in, Bakersfield, California. Do you have any beefs with anyone in town? I feel like since you you have all these, different. You're a businessman,
You're one on around
someone's always gonna hate on you, I just want to know, you have any real beefs in town or?
Nah, bro, I don't have no beefs in town, bro. On some real shit,
sorry, haters.
I got plenty of hate.
Not even noble? Not even.
That's eternal beef, you know what I'm saying? That's different. That's not even beef. That's on site. It's on site.
Hey, bring him out.
It's on site. We wouldn't even gotta say it. That's not even like.
Imagine he steps right here. He's like, "What'd you say?"
But
oh damn! So we gotta take a shot. Huh?
Yeah, you guys do gotta take a shot. But I don't got no beefs, bro. On some real shit, I come from a place where motherfuckers die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On some real shit. So.
But you're very humble about it though.
Yeah.
You're very humble about it. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not. I don't think I've done too much to be real. You know what I mean? I don't think I have.
I mean, to be honest,
I'm nowhere near the levels I want to reach. You know what I mean?
I get your aspect on that, but you did quite a few, bro.
You did a lot, bro. You actually have the whole list he was bringing down. Then the thing is, when he said it, you kept describing the into detail. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Who is this guy?
Appreciate that.
I'm just wow.
And I didn't even finish that list, bro.
No, my bad.
Y'all gotta take that shot.
Okay.
But nah, it's real shit, bro. Nah, if it
take a little baby one.
Beef to me is there's shootings, you know what I'm saying? There's fights, you know what I mean? There's shit like that. I don't get into no shit like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So nah, bro, I don't got no beef. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be that for it to be that. You know what I mean?
Alright, so I'm gonna need that chaser.
Salute to that.
Salute.
I'm gonna need that chaser though.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess going straight tonight.
Thug it out. You're gonna be alright. You're
gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
Alright, next question. What are your thoughts on Garrett's archive?
I got nothing but love for him, bro. On some real shit, that's my son. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
And we all have some stuff.
We all have on some real shit. You know what I mean? I don't got no type of negative feelings to him, bro. You know, I wish him the best. You know, the whole situation that happened. It had me
caught
really
off guard.
Not even caught off guard, bro, because I saw it coming. Unfortunately, I saw it coming, and against my better judgment, I wanted to believe it wasn't true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it was one of those scenarios I got you.
That was my little brother, bro.
You wasn't expecting that. You feel me?
Nah, I wasn't expecting it. I saw it. I understood it. You know what I'm saying? But I was hoping I was tripping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I be tripping sometimes. So I'm grown enough to recognize, you know what I mean? I be tripping.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, maybe I really hope I'm just tripping. I hope I'm just imagining.
It's like when you get they got into a car crash, no, it didn't. You know, it's like one of those news you won't believe it.
Yeah, I didn't
until
want to
you actually
believe
see it for yourself, right? Okay.
It has. And I didn't want to believe it. You know what I mean? But it had me fucked up for a while, to where, before we had the shot for 2-3 months, bro, I didn't leave my crib. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just I was depressed, bro, because.
Do you feel like you were betrayed?
That's exactly how
exactly.
That's exactly how I felt, because this is a kid who to me, I've known him since fucking he was 14.
Like a brother.
It was like a little brother
to you.
It was this motherfucker literally used to text me on Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? Dead ass, bro. And I'm not saying that to talk shit about him. I'm not saying it in that way, but
I feel I understand, because you have those father figures that you grew up with, bro, and it's just okay, I got you.
For lack of a better word, I was one of his mentors.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not trying to take no type of credit for his shit. Everything that he has is because of him. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And
I like how you do that.
Bro, you're very humble. I'm not gonna lie, you are still you're one of the most humblest
persons
too, though.
I don't know the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like you're very humble about it. Like
you are very humble.
Because like you say, you feel like you haven't done a lot, but I mean, I feel like you've done some damage.
The thing is, you also know yourself. You're like you've done like a huge part in like anything you've done, but at the same time, it's like it's all love. You're always gonna spread all love. It's nothing but that.
For sure. And the biggest thing for me, bro, like I guess like why I come off as humble is because to me, none of this like really means much. Like I have not reached anywhere near where I want to reach, bro. I'm like at like still at 1 per fucking cent. You know what I'm saying? Like every day I'm trying to go harder. Every day I'm trying to do more. You know what I'm saying? I'm nowhere near satisfied, and I'm nowhere near the goals I want to hit in life. You know what I'm saying? I've hit certain goals. You know what I mean? But I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's what makes someone special. Having that mindset. You know, like. Sure. I haven't done nothing, but like if you look at it, you've done something, but like you're still thinking ahead, you know, your future and all that stuff.
Absolutely. For me, it's like a way. See, I'm not trying to say this is your perspective, whatever. This way I see it is, it's like this. You need those falls. You need those falls to get those, you know, to go up. You know what I mean? And this is not necessarily like one of the biggest falls or the least amount, like the smallest fall, whatever. It just made you grow as a person too, you know? Absolutely. Like, look at you right now. Like, you're doing big things. You've been doing all this and that. I don't know how long ago this thing was going, whatever, but I feel like you just needed it at some point. For sure. It might have hurt stuff, whatever, but I mean, you feel like you needed it too at the same time.
Bro. It was a big-ass learning experience, you know what I mean? Exactly. I'm extremely, like, even though shit went bad, like, I'm grateful for it at the end of the day, bro, because I did need it, you know what I mean? And it did teach me a lot. It helped me grow as an individual, you know what I mean? Every single failure I've had, and I'm proud to say like I've had hella failures. Not like proud like I'm trying to flex or nothing, you know what I mean? But like for me personally, right, I think that situation, like we had partnered on the studio. We were 50-50 on it, right?
Okay.
I've taken so many losses that a win or a loss doesn't faze me. You know what I'm saying? Like my girl gets mad at me because like I don't care about shit, bro. Like shit really does not faze me, bro.
If shit is
like,
sideways.
If shit is sideways, if I lose $10,000 tomorrow, or if I make $10,000 tomorrow, my emotions are gonna be exactly the same. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The way I react is gonna be exactly the same.
But the thing is, like, because you know exactly what you've been through. You've been through it. You've been through it multiple times, or you've been like you succeeded multiple times. So you know, like it's just whatever now. Yeah. Because no matter what, something's always gonna come from the good from the bad. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Okay. And you gotta take the good as the bad. You
exactly. Yeah. You can't. It's always a learning experience. You always gotta be like, oh, you know, you better yourself from it no matter what.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Every situation.
Next question. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do we have to take that shot too? Never mind.
No, you guys take that shot.
Hey, I fucked up. My bad.
I'll take it with you. I'll take it with you.
Honestly, I don't want you to take one because I feel like, you know what? Come on.
You know I'm a lightweight, but it's good, bro. I'm already buzzing. Fuck it.
I'm not gonna cap. Yeah, this one might make me start buzzing right now.
All right, cheers, fellas.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Oh man, no chaser. It's one of those days.
All right, next question. Who is the worst artist in Bakersfield?
Who's the worst artist in Bakersfield?
And you don't have to name somebody, FYI. But I mean, if you
who's the worst artist in Bakersfield, bro?
And I have it noted right here, and it says, if it's Noble, you still have to take a shot.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I can't say it's Noble just because, and the only reason I can't say it's him is because I executive produced the project for him.
Okay.
So
it was Young Spitter. It was Young Spitter.
No, actually, you know what? Young Spitter was hard. Noble is garbage.
Oh, hot
trash. Hot trash. Oh, damn. Young Spitter though, he was doing it. You know what I mean? Noble, I don't know about all that shit.
You remember that from the D to the A cipher he had?
Nah.
Hard with his cousin. I forgot what it was. He had that cipher. Shit.
All right, so who's the worst artist in Bakersfield?
Fuck, bro. I mean,
no disrespect.
No,
we want him to drink. So
there are like 100 shitty artists in Bakersfield. On some real shit. Like
all the top big names though.
The one I can think of, like the biggest one I can think of, and he actually got some low-key clout with fucking Futures. Y'all know who that is?
No, what?
Futures.
He's from Bakersfield?
He's from Bakersfield.
And you think he just the worst one?
The worst artist of all time.
You know what's crazy though? We should have put a little bit more
I'll tell it too. I don't give a fuck.
You know what's crazy? We should have put a little more research into that question before we actually asked it.
Yeah, you guys should get a little list or something.
We were kind of hoping you would say noble just so you could take the shot. But,
looks like I'm taking normal.
Y'all not used to people answering these questions.
Honestly, we're not. But I think I got you in the second half.
I think I got you in the second
half.
I'm scared of that now.
Ever see that video? It was like, I'm not gonna lie, that was in the first half. But you know what he came up?
Cheers.
Well, you motherfuckers gonna get me drunk as hell.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right. Would you take a second chance with any girl you had in the past?
But I take a second chance with any girl I had in the past.
And don't lie.
Nah, I'm cool.
I'm good with your girls.
You don't want to answer.
Yeah, but not only that, but I'm good off like just. I think life is a beautiful and short thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Once you experience something, you can just continue moving forward. Okay. You know what I mean? Well,
that's a real ass answer, though. That's a real ass answer.
But what I mean by second chance, not like boyfriend or girlfriend, but like
just run it back for the one time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think every woman that I've had in my past is a beautiful ass woman. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I love fine women. You know what I mean? That's always been one of my vices. You know what I mean? So like, if we were just talking like in a physical level, like all them could get it. You know what I'm saying? At the same time too. But as far as like I'm not gonna lie, I think you've been like, you know what? No, this is that. But like if we're talking about like emotionally, if we're talking about like
okay, got you.
And really like I'm just kidding, bro. I wouldn't hook up with any of them again. You know what I mean? Like it's you know. It's
so what's the answer?
But like so the answer is no. The answer is no.
Okay.
The answer is no. You know what I mean?
He answered it.
We should have just tallied these up at the end so we know how many shots it takes.
Yeah, can we start doing that? Okay.
Y'all gonna skip some, I know.
I mean, I almost did, but I caught myself on accident. Fuck. I should have.
You should have let it go?
I should have let that go.
But honesty is best policy, bro. You know what I mean?
I feel that. Okay. All right, cheers.
Cheers. Oh, we scared. They buzzing right now.
You ready?
We all buzzing right now.
The bottom, I'm not gonna cap was up here.
Hey, what?
The bottom was up here.
All right, ready for the next question?
Let's go.
What's your body count?
What's my body count?
Yeah. And don't lie, cause I think. Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, I had a girlfriend.
She watching this right now.
I'm a virgin. So wait until marriage.
So you taking a shot?
Nah, you taking a shot.
You had a beautiful woman.
No, look. Hold on. If I answer the question, it don't matter if it's with the lie. I answered the question.
You gotta be truthful.
Come on.
It's plead the fifth.
All right, well, you know, I'll plead the fifth then.
Okay, you take a shot yourself.
Look at it. Pour me a shot. Let's get it.
One shot.
I got you.
Thank you, Lonnie.
I got you. Oops.
Dang, that's like 1 to 5 though.
There you go, my boy.
Thank you.
Salud. All right. Next question. Have you ever had a threesome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck. I thought he was gonna plead the fifth again.
I was hoping to. How many is this right now? Probably like what?
Shout out to beautiful women.
Shout out. All right. Next question. Have you ever checked out a guy before?
Yeah. Not like. All right.
No. Well, my question is like, have you ever checked out like, yeah, that nigga right there, fine, like type shit. No homo.
Nah, like. I've had conversations with people and been like, okay, like we just talked about like who's a handsome guy type shit like that, you know what I mean? But I've never like walked by like, you know what I'm saying, like a dude and been like, yeah, I'm fucking fine. But like I've had conversations with girls or with like other people like that, you know what I mean?
So I'm not gonna lie, we have these like conversations. We told other people like, oh, we were like, oh, like out of all of us, we like he's like most good looking.
I feel like that's
exactly.
So like with your homies and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
My homie's cute.
So-
My homie's cute as hell.
He answered that question.
Take a shot, fuckers.
He answered that
That's the last one?
The last one.
I mean,
Dang, I poured a little too much.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
I poured a little too much. Cheers. All right. Last question.
not gonna
Have
lie.
you ever cheated on a girlfriend?
On a girlfriend?
On your girlfriend?
On my girlfriend. On my girlfriend? Nah, I haven't cheated on my girlfriend.
What about like a previous one? Not I want to say like your current girlfriend, like a previous one. I don't know how many relationships you've been with.
You don't care now because
I've had two girlfriends.
Two girlfriends? Oh,
I've had
okay.
two girlfriends. Yeah.
You're just not that person, huh?
Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
I feel
I
you.
don't really do relationships, and when I do, you know what I mean. It's a very
feel you.
we understand each other.
Okay.
Hey, it looks like we lost this year. It looks like we lost this year.
GG's. I mean, good again. If you see me out of the club tonight, I blame this nigga right here. But honestly,
Here, it'll be good. It'll be good. I'll take it with you.
last one. Come on.
I'll take it with you. Yeah, I don't even drink, bro. I'm fucked up right now.
let's take more.
Cheers.
Put more. A little more.
No, we good.
Okay. Well, all right.
Baby shots.
Cheers.
Baby shots is cool.
Now that that's over, I want to continue with your list, man, because I feel like we're not done with that yet. I feel like, I seen your resume, and I feel like you just listed just a little bit off that.
For sure.
So can we get back into that, list that we have there, like of what else you've done?
For sure. So we were at, I think we had just talked about Levels Entertainment. So right after that, I started up CBDZ, which was a CBD delivery service. That went pretty well for a few months. And then I had some issues with my payment processing system.
Yeah.
So I had to take the website down. And I just never relaunched it again. I rebuilt the site, and it was just a bunch of issues that I had. And I was trying to focus on other things at the moment, so I wasn't too concerned about it. Around the same time, I also invested and was part owner of Nala CBD.
Okay.
And then also Lion Pride, which is a clothing company. It was like an athletic wear company.
I've heard about that.
Was that local?
Sure. Yeah, they were both local. They're
Okay.
both local. Yeah. So everything, and they were both homies of mine. You know what I mean?
Actually, I've seen that brand before. I know what you're talking about. I've seen that before. Like people have like worn it out.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
And I think Noble. I think the homie Noble that did that too.
Probably. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. And the brand did pretty good, bro. To be honest, the founder, Logan Yoder, the motherfucker was a hustler, bro. He still is a hustler. Like he sold this first batch 600 shirts. You know what I'm saying? And he sold every single one of those motherfuckers, bro. 600. You know what I'm saying? Most local brands start off with a dozen, and some of them might not even sell all of them. You know
like some people only make like a good like maybe 50 max, 50, and then they be like, okay, I got damn 600. That's actually pretty good.
A lot of people these days they do pre-sales, so
exactly.
they don't want to get in that position. But that's 600. That's
he went in. You know what I mean? He put the money up. You know what I mean? He did his thing, and so I helped just like build out the marketing, branding and stuff. I did the website and shit. And then a little bit after that, I had the idea, and to talk on the Garrett subject, you know what I'm saying? So I had the idea, I wanted to create a space that all creatives could use for anything that they wanted. You know what I mean? So I wanted to have photography, videography, podcast studio, t-shirt printing, 3D printing, a bunch of different things. Pretty much everything all in one space. You know what I mean? And a music recording studio as well. You know, so originally I brought together there's gonna be myself, Noble, the homie Charcoal, and Garrett. No, actually Garrett wasn't even in there at the time. I think it was just us three. And Victor.
Victor.
So
I think I noticed about Vic too. He's a big business. My bad. I'm a little drunk. Yeah, my bad. Oh shit, my bad. You know what? Sorry. Anyway, he's knowing that you threw his name into, because I've known him personally too. He's a big businessman too,
sure.
and the fact that you bring it up was like, wow, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that was my guy. You know what I mean? And yeah, bro. So we all four of us, we all had we all have a real good relationships with each other. Yeah. It's nothing but love for each other. You know what I mean?
But still,
there are people that
one of them is your son though.
He's not even. Gary wasn't even involved in that equation. Yeah. When I had first thought of the idea and I brought the people together that were going to be a part of it, Gary wasn't a part of that equation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was my idea again, and I brought in, like I said, Noble, Charcoal, Vic. I think there was someone else, but I can't remember. But Gary wasn't a part of that yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was gonna be all that in one space. We all kind of had different perspectives on how we wanted to do things.
Yeah.
So we didn't end up doing the space, and around that same time, Noble built Undefined Studios. You know. So we all decided to kind of go our separate ways.
Yeah.
Noble built his studio, Charcoal built his. You know what I mean? And Victor actually moved out of town.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I still want to do this studio, and I had found the perfect space to do it. But I myself, I'm busy with other things. I have other plays. You know what I'm saying? I got other businesses. I wasn't trying to run it day to day. So I was like, well, who can I put into position that already has some of the assets and the skills that I need to run the studio?
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Garrett was the obvious choice. You know what I mean? We already, like I said, we have been friends at the time for like 5 years. You know what I mean? That was like a little brother to me. Like, it was nothing but love. You know what I mean? I know his parents know me. You know what I mean? Like, he knows my parents. Like, it's, you know, it's like family type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why even now I'm not mad at homie. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really not. I don't want to ever talk. I don't want to ever talk to him again. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to see him again. You know what I mean? And we see each other. We don't speak. You know what I'm saying? But
it just, I feel like, you feel me? It's like different period of time of your life. You know, that's where people come in. I feel like, you feel me? Like,
yeah. I've also been told it's all like, you know, if they were like to like, you know, some shit were to fall out between you guys, if they were to come back, it was meant to be for a certain reason, you know? Like, say, like, you and I don't know, saying, like, maybe, just, like, scenario, like, he would have come back into your life and maybe, like, you guys would, like, just build off of it. It was meant to be, you know, maybe you guys were supposed to have that downfall, to have to, you know, make this come up.
I think, so, I don't think that'll happen, right?
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to make the same mistakes again, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I always have your doubts.
There's been people that, and I'm not going to sit here and blame anybody for what happened with the studio, because at the end of the day, it doesn't benefit me to blame anybody.
Exactly.
If I want to grow as an individual and I want to not make those same mistakes again, I have to look at what I myself did.
Yeah.
And I made plenty fucking mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So I can't sit here and say it was nobody else's fault but my own.
Exactly.
And I could have prevented that. You know what I'm saying?
Because you could have done certain different things to like prevent it from. Okay,
yeah, absolutely, bro. And that's what I mean. You know what I mean? And if I want to grow as an individual, as a boss, as a leader, I can't sit here and blame nobody else but myself.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta look at me and be like, all right, where did I fuck up? You know?
Some true shit.
You know? I want some real shit. But the homie that we brought in to work for us, and him and I had a situation before, and
Who's Nye?
Huh?
Who's Nye?
No, him and I. Like,
my bad. Hey, just like he said a couple minutes ago.
Shut up, you know what I mean? Him and I had a bit of a fallout before, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I gave him the benefit of the doubt to where he could work with us still. And he was our first employee.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not putting the full blame on him, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it was on me. But he was part of a big reason of why we all split. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like I should have known better.
Yeah.
Because we already had that falling out. You know what I'm saying? He's already been he already fucked me over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me being me, I was like, nah, you know what I mean? He fucked me over, but it's all good. You know what I mean? Shit happened. You know what I mean?
That's your brother.
That's, you know what I mean? It was all love, you know? But I shouldn't have done that. You know? And because I did, I
and the only time you can actually think about it is like after it happens. You're like, damn, I could have done this, could have done that, this could have happened. But now look at it. The thing is, like I said before, it's like you learn from those downfalls. You learn from them, and that's why, like, look at you now. Like, you're doing good as fuck. You know, you're doing all this and that going on for yourself. You gotta reflect on those little things because you can switch it up no matter what.
For sure.
Now, because you know exactly what you do and don't do.
For sure, and that's the biggest thing for me. That's why I don't mind looking at these things and recognizing I fucked up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will sit here and they'll like try to lie to themselves, try to lie to other people, and make like blame everybody else in the world. You know,
it ultimately comes up to yourself.
Yeah, for sure. And even I myself, like when I've been upset, I blamed other people. You know what I'm saying? Even we're all human at the end of the day. You know, we have emotions. So I'll blame other people, but at the end of the day, I'm also like, nah, it's not on nobody but me. And if I want to grow. If I want to reach the levels I want to reach, I'm not where I want to be at. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the man that I'm supposed to be at. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And all these fuck ups, all these failures I've taken, you know what I mean? Like you said, like they're building me into being that man I need to be. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I ain't even tripping, bro. I'm not trying to fake it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be something I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm a player. I fuck up plenty times.
Exactly. You know at some point, like for myself and my perspective, is like if I didn't go through it, I wouldn't be who I am right now.
For sure.
I had to go through it to be what I am now.
Exactly.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
And so that what we're talking about right now, that was for
the studio.
The studio.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so can we get into like what else was there? I know there's a whole list.
That was pretty much the last thing right before we opened up the shop.
Okay.
Like I said, like that's I think at that point altogether like that's like a dozen businesses, a little bit over a dozen businesses that I've like owned, operated, and invested in.
And
you know what I'm saying?
If you could give like a rough amount, how many businesses was that?
Like I would say like a dozen. You know what I mean?
Like, that's from 17,
like
that's from 17 to 25?
Yeah.
So you got money. You got money, huh?
So like the thing is, bro, like
so you got us some drinks tonight, or you don't? That's what we're trying to say. Come on.
The dozen businesses I just told y'all about, bro. One of them hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of them hit, and one of them carried everything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The studio I would say was like my second best success. You know what I mean? As far as like numbers and everything go.
Yeah.
But it crashed and burned because of other reasons.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So every business that I've had up until this point, like aside from the web design business, has been basically a failure. You know what I mean? So all the money that I've made like over the years, bro, like I've made some decent money. You know what I mean? I can't complain. Like you know, my bills are paid and everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I sustain my lifestyle. You know what I mean? You know, it's good, but it all goes back into my businesses. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much every dime goes back into my businesses or it goes into my savings. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And once it goes into my savings, like I don't even have that shit no more.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's not even. I don't know where it's at. You know what I mean? That shit don't even exist to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I need to get some money to pay some bills, like I'm gonna get some more money. You know what I mean? I don't touch that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah, bro, like, I don't got no money like that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no money like that, dog. You know what I mean? Y'all motherfuckers gonna buy the drinks. Spitter buying the drinks for having me on the podcast.
Spitter. Hey, Spitter. Hey, so what you telling me, as soon as we get there, we get there tonight, we got the first drinks, mid drinks.
Where we going?
And what do you mean? We going out to the club, we going out to El Portal tonight, my boy.
Sheesh.
On a Tuesday. Okay.
And Spitter buying 7 bottles, he said.
7 bottles.
7 bottles. He said we're getting 2 sections each.
She was like, I mean, all right. Okay, I see. So about this whole, honestly, we were already talking about this whole nighttime area, nightclub area, whatever, all this going on. What do you actually think about it? Like, do you like doing it? You like going out? You're more of a homebody. You're like, what do you like to do?
I'm definitely a homebody, bro.
Homebody.
I'm definitely a homebody. Like, this is probably the most talking I've done in like probably all month.
But like, say like if you were to, I didn't hear that all month. But like, say if you were to go out, you just like to have a good time though, right?
Yeah,
you want to have a good time.
Yeah, are you the type of person of like, when you go out, you gotta buy VIP, all that?
Nah.
You walking in.
I walk in, I'll chill. You know what I mean? I don't even drink. I barely drink like that, bro. This is the most drinking I've probably done like in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink like
that's
that.
What we do.
So like, say you were to go out, you're like, you're not trying to entertain these bitches, then, huh? You're not trying to entertain these bitches right out. Oh wait, hold up. Look it up.
Y'all want to take a shot?
Nah, but like honestly, like niggas like,
hey, like you ain't gotta tell me twice. Come on.
I was gonna say is like honestly the nightlife here in Bakersfield. I mean, it's cool, whatever. But like it could be so much more better.
For sure,
you know what I mean,
bro. Yeah, no, absolutely. It could definitely be better. You know what I mean? And when you go out of town, you really see like some dope ass out of town nightlife shit. You know what I'm saying? But I myself, I don't trip off it too much because, like I said, I don't go out like that.
No, yeah.
So when I do go out, anything is a good time. You know what I mean?
I feel like even like this little thing right we have going on, like little like for 2-3 hour session we going on through. It's good ass time, right? I feel I got you because you like. I feel you.
I'm fucking damn near close to drunk right now.
Sure.
Oh man!
Before we wrap this up, man, I want to talk about this little incident. So when was it? It was like probably Sunday. I was scrolling down my Twitter, right?
Same.
Scrolling down my Twitter, just a normal day.
Right.
And it says like somebody, you know how I don't know if you get these little notifications. It says somebody liked something, and it pops up on your time, right?
All right.
This girl was like, this weed shop locked me in. They sold me a fake cartridge. They didn't give my money back. All this different stuff, right?
Right.
And then you guys posted a video.
Right.
And in the video, the girl snatched her money and walks out.
You're right.
And I'm like, does that happen a lot? Like, why do these girls, or not even girls, just people in general, it's like, she literally told a different story. You posted the evidence.
You showed the whole proof.
Exactly. And then she continued to be like, well, I was locked out for like maybe 2 seconds, and they let me, like, you know, like, so I was like,
what did you think about that? Like, when you heard that, like, what did you do? Like, when you're like, somebody's just like, hey, this person just did this and that. Like, what you're like, what the fuck?
Because honestly,
like,
to me, when I first saw that tweet that she made, I was like, oh snap! Like, what shop was this? Like, and then I kept scrolling. I was like, okay, I seen the video. Then I seen her comments later. And I was like, she capped. Like,
And it happened to me too, because I saw the video and then Noble liked the tweet and it said Noble liked the tweet. And I'm all like, okay, it's some bullshit. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, this bitch is dumb as fuck, bro. Like, what? Like, so what was going through your mind when all that happened? Like, when you heard about it?
Were you working at the time too?
No, I wasn't working. Okay. I wasn't at the shop at the time. I wasn't even the bartender who was there at the time. He didn't even like let anybody know about the situation.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't think it was nothing.
He thought it was just like
we have asshole customers all the time,
like,
bro.
Worse people in that.
You know what I mean? Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and it's the fucked up thing about the weed industry. Is you do get, I mean, I think any industry, any retail
people just expect like the most out of the they think they're like the highest shit, you know?
They do, and when you don't give people what they want, like sometimes they can be assholes, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we're really good about the fact that we actually do get refunds. We try to take care of our patients, bro. Okay. I got a lot of homies that work in shops.
You guys have good ass customer service. That's just it.
You know what I mean? I got a lot of homies that own shops, and they know about the situation. They were like, bro, we wouldn't have gave that bitch shit.
Yeah.
And we would have smacked her. We would have this. We would have that. If I had girls there, we would have rushed her. Like, bro. So, like,
you just see somebody just go like,
randomly, like different shit like that. You know what I mean? And I would never, ever condone any shit like that at my shop. You know, at our shop. You know what I mean? I would not do that. You know what I mean? I would not allow that to happen. That's not how we roll. Exactly. That's not how we operate. We're trying to be the complete opposite of every other shop here in town. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's what we're going for. But a lot of people felt different. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my homies felt different. You know what I mean? So at the time, bro. So it's like midnight the day before we replied to it.
Yeah.
One of my homegirls who owns another business here in town, she sends me the tweet, and she's like, "Have you seen this?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, what the hell?" So I called my partner. I'm like, "Hey, I called him, and it's like 11:30, 11:40.
Yeah.
He doesn't respond. So I just let it be. I wake up the next morning. I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning. I sent it to the group chat, and I wake up next morning, and like 3 people have sent it to me. Like 2 people texted to me. One of my homies DM'd it to me. They're all just basically like, hey, have you seen this? You know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck. Like, I don't know what went down at this point. You know what I mean? I have no idea what went down.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's the same day that all it happened. You know what I mean? It's the same day that I found out about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I said, the bartender didn't tell me shit. You know what I mean? Like, I found out about it through Twitter, you know?
Were you mad about that, though?
Was I mad about that? I mean, again, like, I don't blame him at the end of the day because I don't think he expected anything to happen. You know what I mean?
But you've seen worse too.
For sure, that's the biggest thing.
So you've seen worse.
Yeah, we get patients that are assholes all the time. Exactly. Every day we get some at least 1 or 2 rude people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To where we're not even fazed by it anymore. We just laugh about that shit. You know what I mean? We just be like, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, like, they brought the whole social media bullshit. Yeah, that was the thing. That's the difference that it made, huh?
Exactly, bro. And then it's starting to fuck with our brand to where people are like thinking that we would actually do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we clearly fucking did it. You watch the video, like, we clearly did. You know what I mean? So that's why it was important. We respond to that. You know what I mean? So
and the way you guys responded was like the most professional way I've ever seen. Like anybody respond to like anything. Like you guys just said, you know, sorry this happened, or you know, but look at this, look at this. You had a full video proof of it all happening. You're like, and then. Like, it's like you literally made her, like, look the dumbest bitch ever, like, exist, you know? But you guys were very professional about it, too. I was like, wow.
But we weren't trying to make anyone look dumb.
Yeah.
I wasn't, because I was the one who responded. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I do all our social media management. I do all our marketing, you know what I mean? So I was the one that dealt with that situation. And that's, like, one of the values that I bring to the team, you know? That's what, we all bring different things to the table. That's one of the things I do.
Yeah.
So I responded to that. I wasn't trying to make her look dumb at all. You know what I mean? I didn't have no ill intentions. But all I was trying to do was proof that what she was saying was not true.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't do those things.
Exactly.
And that's that. You know what I mean? She made us look. She was really out here making us look crazy, and she was doing numbers. You know what I mean? Numbers. We heard about it from like multiple patients that we have on a regular basis. And that's why, at the end of the day, bro, we're not too concerned about it because Twitter's not our end all be all. You know what I mean? We get a lot of patients from Twitter. We do some real good marketing on Twitter, and we do numbers from there. But at the same time, our consistent daily customers, they don't give no fuck about social media. You know what I mean? They're not tripping about
it. They just trying to get a little quick joint real quick.
Yeah, they're trying to smoke. You know what I mean? They're not worried about all that other shit. You know what I mean? Yep. So we weren't too concerned about it, but we did want to address it just because, again, we're trying to be the complete opposite of that. And any other shop might have done that.
And you guys did a great job at it too. You guys really did a great, like you literally did. I even called Noble. I was all like, bro, literally the tweet you liked. I was like, what is this? What's going on? And I was like, they literally proved her wrong so easily, but like in the most, literally the most professional way ever. I appreciate it. And it was like so. It was funny to me because it was like. I'm pretty sure she took that tweet down or something. I don't know.
Nah, I think she kept it up. I would feel like standing by you.
She probably felt like, oh shit, they got me.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, oh damn, like,
they got me.
Because honestly, like when you see the replies, it was like she had nothing to say. It's like she thought y'all didn't have no evidence, so she did her little rant. Y'all posted a video, and she was like, well, like nah.
The video was her getting the money going like this, and then she's trying to open the door, like it goes. The little button or whatever, and she goes all right away. It's like what? It's like, what are you trying to do here, man?
Yeah, that's why I mean, like, part of me was tripping, part of me was upset about the whole situation, but at the same time, like, it's not true. Yeah. So I'm not too worried about it. We had the evidence, we proved it wrong. You know what I mean? We showed everybody. You know what I mean? What people want to do at the end of the day is what they want to do. You know what I mean? If they want to support us, they can support us. If that's what it takes for them to be on the side of fuck you guys, that's cool. We didn't want them as patients anyways. You know what I mean? We probably aren't willing to pay our prices. You know what I mean? They're probably not gonna be good patients. So I ain't even tripping, bro.
But I feel like you guys have a good community. You guys have a great community, you know,
bro.
And they're gonna stick with you no matter what. I feel like you guys have a great community, you know. And the way you guys bring yourself upon like the whole, cannabis, with industry, whatever. You guys do a good ass part. I appreciate. You guys are carrying yourself in a great way, you know.
Thank you, bro. Yeah,
it was good, you know. You got all these accomplishments on the list. You know, you done this, that, this. Like it could be anything. Like literally, I told her, I was like, who the fuck even is this guy? Like he's done this. Like good 10 minutes of you just doing all this. You're doing a great job at it. You know, I'm happy for you, proud of you. You know, I haven't known you that long. I'm proud of you. You know,
I appreciate
you guys. You've done so much.
I appreciate that one, boy. For real.
Now, was that the craziest story so far? Like, I want to hear the craziest thing that ever happened. Like
at the shop or at the shop. That's probably the craziest thing that's ever happened. Yeah. I mean. Not too much crazy stuff like that has happened at the shop. We get actual patients, you know what I mean? Yeah, we got solid security. We have great security, you know what I mean? Yeah. People can't even fuck with us like that, you know what I mean? Yeah. We got real good security. We have a real good system set up, you know what I mean?
And your shop is what again?
It's called Cali Grown.
And it's on where?
3920 Stockdale Highway.
And you guys got your own what? Your own
delivery service.
Yes, sir.
Cannabis.org.
That's not all they got though.
What else they got?
He got their own what?
We got our own flower, right?
Okay.
And what else? We got CBD pre-rolls.
And what else?
We about to drop hella shit.
That's what I'm talking about right there, my boy.
So, yes, sir.
I just want to say thank you for coming to Undefined Podcast tonight.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir,
appreciate
bro.
You,
my boy. Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Just trying to.
I say, before everything happens, let's say we take one more shot.
No, we is, but
I'm gonna pour it up.
We trying to, bring spotlight to Bakersfield. You know, like you said, man, you've been through a dozen businesses, and it's like, man. You're so humble about it, but that's something to like appreciate.
Thank you.
You feel me? Like sometimes you gotta look at it and you're like, man, I did all this stuff. And you gotta look at like the stuff you did, like you said, they all did their own stuff. You just, put them in position. So now you gotta look at the stuff with DJ Ashby and all that stuff, bro. Like now she's on tour with him every time.
Yeah, that shit makes me fucking happy as hell, bro.
And look where Joe Maynard at right now, bro.
Hell yeah.
And now you got your own, delivery service, cannabis shop. Man, the list keep going on and on for you, man. I just want to give you your flowers right now.
I appreciate that,
we
bro.
need to take this shot.
Do you have any words to give to people out there? Like you've been through so much, and then you look how you are now. Do you have anything you could say to people just going through it, trying to build up their life, their career, all this, a portfolio, stuff like that?
Shit, bro. I guess I think like one of the biggest things I've learned lately, bro, is that like, and I don't know if this is actually good advice for anybody else.
Okay.
But like none of this shit really matters. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been doing my thing. You know what I mean? But I find myself like working like 6-7 days a week.
Yeah.
And I'm not really spending time as much as I'd like to with like my family, with my dogs, with my nephew, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to create more time for that, you know what I mean? And really focus on the things that do matter, you know what I'm saying? Like all this shit that I'm doing is to like build something for everybody so we can all be straight, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, you gotta find the balance.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't let this shit take over your life, you know what I mean? Find the things that matter to you and enjoy them.
Yes,
you know what I
sir.
mean? Because life is short, bro. Life is short. You know what I mean? And if anything, the last thing I want to say is just rest in peace to all my dead homies. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I got a lot of them. You know what I mean?
Before we end this, what's to come from you? You have 12 already.
Yeah.
What's to come though?
To be honest with you, bro, I don't know.
You don't know yet?
I don't know right now, like, so the thing is, the biggest thing and the reason why I'm working at the shop as far as, like, bud tending, like, I've been working for myself on my own account for years now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn near over 8 years now, you know what I mean? That's all I know.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't want to be responsible for a whole team. I don't want to be responsible for the shit. I want to just work. You know what I'm saying?
You want to do your own thing, basically.
You're responsible for your own self.
No, not even my own thing. No, it's not my own thing.
You're responsible for your own self, though.
Responsible for my own self, but also, if anything, I don't even want to be responsible for myself. I want to play a part within the machine.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like everybody, like the biggest thing, right? And my homie tells me this all the time is like everybody wants to be the chief.
Yeah.
But if everybody's the chief, who the fuck are the Indians?
Ooh.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I'm not trying to be the chief, bro. I don't want to be the boss.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be the boss right now. You know what I mean? I've been the boss for like plenty of years.
Yeah, exactly.
I made plenty of people bosses. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to like be arrogant about it or like flex.
You're the most humble person I've.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate
Honestly,
it.
you actually really are, though. But honestly, hey, but the thing is, like the whole time, the whole podcast, whatever, the whole thing we've going through, you have been spitting a lot of good things like out there. You know, you've been spitting like a lot of good facts. You're very humble, very appreciative about everything that what did happen and is going to happen.
I could be dead, bro.
Exactly. Something bad. The worst. You're still here. You're living day to day.
Yeah.
You're doing you're doing a great job with everything. You know, and happy for you. You're a fucking good ass person. Bro.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I think we all fucked up right now.
Yes, salute.
Oh shit! Goddamn.
Tell me why that was the best ending to it all, though. Tell me that would have ended better.
Concentrate, never on the hate, but on the greatness you carry with such grace.
I said I'm right around the corner out in Southern California, you know.